Cash flow wise, we're seeing in our projects right now probably around 6 to 10% annually. And we usually pay that quarterly just to make sure that the cash flow is balanced. And long term, around 15 to 20%. So the ballpark is that we want to double your investment around once every 5 years.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So, can you tell us to our audience, young entrepreneurs, our listeners, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly of property? So, my first business was also in property. And I know for the fact that, you can whatever, but if something goes wrong in property, it's a lot of money. And so tell us the honest truth.
So the good, the bad, the ugly about real estate investing. The good is that this, especially in the US, it's such an incentivized activity because the government is practically paying you to buy real estate, right? Through their tax incentives. And there's so many things that just make it worthwhile for you to invest in real estate. So you have that natural tailwind behind you as an investor. The bad is that most people underestimate what it takes to not only invest, but to succeed in investing in real estate. There's plenty. As you'll see, during COVID, a lot of people got wiped out in real estate because they followed social media. They did whatever was trendy, and they don't know how hard it is to succeed. They don't know how much time it takes, how much expertise it takes to succeed. And the ugly is the risk that you take on as an investor. So if you buy properties yourself and you sign on to the loan, guess what? The bank's coming after you. They're getting paid no matter what. So you have to face the truth and know the risk that you're signing up for, or you can be a limited partner, which removes the risk from your hand. It takes a lot of the time and expertise requirements out of your hand as well. But you have to find a sponsor that is competent, knows what they're doing, and can deliver the results for you.
What do you recommend for people starting out in property?
They have to get competent. They have to learn the ins and outs of real estate to the extent that they want to. If they want to buy their own properties, there's a lot, right? You have to know a lot to become valuable in the marketplace to actually deliver value. But if you're a passive investor, limited partner, you could do much less resource or much less research, and you want to find a good team that you trust to invest with.
Let's talk about social responsibility and impact investing, because there are a certain population or type of investor that they love that make an impact with the investment. And we spoke before the broadcast that you're doing property investment, but also it's attached with social responsibility because you are creating social housing. So tell us, can we do good and make money at the same time?
Absolutely. I think that's something that a lot of people get wrong too. And it's that money is the root of all evil, and that the rich people, they're not driving good impact to the world. But that could not be further away from the truth. I mean, if you think about it fundamentally, there is no inherent good or bad to money. It's just a resource, right? Every single project needs money. If you're building a bridge, it needs money. If you're building a school, it needs money. If you're providing affordable housing, it needs money. So it's just a matter of what you put your money towards. And the wealthy and successful people, they think differently. They don't think, oh, I want to spend money on this LV bag, on this whatever. They think of, where can I allocate capital to causes I care about? So a lot of our investors, they know the importance of affordable housing in America. There's such a shortage of affordable housing that they want to contribute to this and also get rewarded along the way, because I mean, there's no free lunch. You have to deliver returns to your investors. Otherwise, they're not even going to talk to you.
Now, let's say more about how you get specialized. You build this affordable housing, you buy already built and allocated to affordable housing, What specific you specialize, from here in real estate, from podcast? Yes, we have people that develop storage. There are people that buy warehouses and in the storage. There are people that do rent to own development. There are people that lend money for real estate. There are different all related with real estate, but we have a different spectrum. Yeah. So I remember once I was working in London with a friend of mine, property developer. He owns houses in London and US. He lives in London. And he told me that I was working with him in London, and we saw two buildings, and we saw one house in the middle. Okay, one unit in the middle. And he told me, "Harry, you see this unit there, this house there? This you can go one floor over, then you mark the size of the building. So between this with like air space, and of course, very selective people knows about this. So I bet that the owner of that property doesn't own that. So if you buy that property, you can build two floors on top, and you can make a lot of money from it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the point is, you need to find your niche, your strategy, your specific what you specialize within the property. Yeah, a lot of wealth can be created, but there are a lot of segments. So tell us what is the segment that you specialize, and how you discover your niche. I told you by
Yeah.
accident. What happened?
Yeah, sure. So our niche is manufactured housing communities. It's a subsect within multifamily within affordable housing that it's a very nuanced little kind of property that essentially we own the land underneath the manufactured homes, and we rent the homes out. We maintain the infrastructure. We give the residents a good quality of life, and the nuance with it and why it's so compelling as an investment is because the supply is very constrained. These projects are not getting approved anymore, and it doesn't make sense to build a new project like this. So therefore, there isn't a lot of them. But the benefit and the positive to the economy is that this is really affordable housing. These to live in one of them, the lot rent is probably around 30% of what comparable rent is in the same city. So to a resident, it's a very compelling reason to stay there. And because of that, they stay a long time. And to us as investors, we love long-term tenants. There is no turnover cost. We don't need to manage that. And it's a lot less complex than other asset classes. Like apartment buildings, you have to manage a leasing staff, elevators, roofs, all that stuff. Whereas like mobile home parks, manufactured housing communities, it's just the land infrastructure and that's about it. That said, though, it is very difficult on the back end. There is a lot of coordinating with residents, and also infrastructure issues are not to be taken lightly. So, how did I come across this? It was kind of by luck. I was sat down one time by a mutual friend that just he was doing an internship at a fund that bought essentially manufactured housing, and he walked me through the investment thesis. He walked me through basically what I just mentioned to you and why it's so compelling. And I thought it made a lot of sense because A, there's money to be made and you can deliver results to investors, but B, that you're actually providing a good service to the economy that they want.
So tell us, what are the returns? Of course, you cannot promise anything, but what are the range in terms of capital growth or monthly return
Yeah.
that the investor can expect?
Yeah. So for us, we keep it simple. We want to provide strong cash flow in good economies and bad, and then also reward investors for the long term. So cash flow wise, we're seeing in our projects right now probably around 6 to 10% annually, and we usually pay that quarterly just to make sure that the cash flow is balanced. And long term, around 15 to 20%. So the ballpark is that we want to double your investment around once every 5 years.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs. that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.